2. Check. Check for video. 1, 2. There's your level. All right.
All right, find a seat as quickly as you possibly can. As quickly as you possibly can. Any section, I just want you seated. Yeah. All right, grab a seat. I don't care if it's in the back, but we need to sit down. Do not walk backwards, though. Come in and sit down so we can get started.
Check. 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 Check.
Mr. Hedge, have we sent out the link? Perfect. All right, we're going to get started. Please find a seat quickly. You will be all right. Just find a seat. Open seat, sit there. Let's go. We have some in the front section over there, big groups together. Front row, let's go. All right, everybody have a seat in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Does it not make you smile at all that you're sophomores in high school and counting still works? Shh. All right. I hope everybody had a fantastic and restful break. I know you're super excited to be back at school because it's your favorite thing in the world. It's all right. You're happy to see me. But anyway, class of 2021, mostly that's what's in here. You're about to hear a fantastic speaker all the way from Louisiana. I'm not going to go into his message. You're going to hear his message. DJ Batiste.
Good morning. All right, here we go. First and foremost, before I tell you who I am, before I tell you why I'm here, this got to be how I start this off right here. If everybody in this room right now don't have the same goal, which is graduating high school, make today your last day coming to school, bro. This being real. Before I even go into my story, why I'm here, let me show you how real I can be from the very beginning. If your goal, if you don't wake up in the morning and say the only reason I'm going to school is because I want to be able to graduate high school, if that's not your goal, make today your last day. Don't get up in the morning no more. Why are you getting up early in the morning every morning? You might well sleep in. If that's your mind frame, go ahead and handle your business like that, because you can be putting that energy towards something else. What? I don't know, because this is the most important thing you can be getting right now. This is the most important thing you can be getting. So once again, when you leave here, please don't lie on me. Don't go tell nobody, oh, he tried to come tell us what to do. No, he didn't. He came and told us his story. Hopefully you listen to his story and you put it upon your own life to make your life better. This is a little bit about myself. My name is DJ Batiste. When I was born, my mother was young, my daddy was young. They couldn't make too many decisions. My grandmother raised me. My first time being expelled from school, I was 4 years old. Preschool. First time being kicked out of school. At a very young age, I began to indulge in gang violence. I was kicked out of school for gang violence. Had to go to a new school. When I got to my new school, they hadn't had a fight in the whole year until I got there. When I was 14, I began Golden Glove. When I was 15, I won Golden Glove. I enjoyed being physical. That's what I was good at. I started a gang. Within 2 weeks, 75 people following me. 2 weeks. Hey, if you want to be a part of a gang, do your thing. This type of conversation Big Bro had with you. Big Bro not going to tell you, hey, no, you better not join no gang. No, that ain't me. That ain't my stilo. That ain't who I am. What I am going to tell you is, when you do join a gang, be ready with what it come with. A gang will take you on 3 trips. Hospital, jail, cemetery. If not fast, slow. If not fast, slow. Believe me. Hospital take you on 3 trips. Jail, hospital, cemetery. Now, what's so crazy about it to me is, when you get locked up, on your booking information, it's going to have one name. It ain't going to have your gang name. When you go to the hospital, on your discharge seat, if you leave the hospital, it's only going to have one name. It ain't going to have no gang name. On your birth and your death certificate, it's going to have one name. It won't have a gang name. So make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into before you get into it. If that's what you want to do, bet. I ain't tripping. Big Bro been there already. Big Bro already lived that. If that's how you want to live your life, all right, you will see. But just know the conversation's going to go one or two ways. You're going to be like, hey, I remember Big Bro came to my school. He was from Louisiana. He told me it was going to be like this. I'm glad I listened to Big Bro. Or you're going to say, dang, Big Bro said it was going to be like this. I should have listened to him. I should have listened. This is the type of things you got to deal with when you indulge in gang activity. I got a homeboy named Tevin. He was at home in his bed, sleep, slobbing, snoring, dreaming. His phone ring. I say, Tevin, where you at? Man, I'm at the crib. I'm asleep, bro. Man, come to the park, bro. It's some business we got to handle. Man, I'm asleep. Man, you heard what we said. Come to the park. One thing you know, you don't no longer live for yourself. You got to live for that game. He get to the park, an altercation break out, gunshots rang out. Tevin never made it back home. He went from being in his bed sleep to being shot 12 times. If that's the type of life you want to live, bet. Do your thing. Just know and be ready to accept what it come with. As time went on, I continued to get in trouble in school. School was intimidating to me. School was intimidating to me. I felt like my teachers was against me. I felt like the principal was against me. I felt like everybody at the school was against me. But now, I see what the problem was. The problem was my mind frame wasn't right. See, when I was your age, I wish I had somebody to come break it down to me just like this right here. I needed to be sitting where you were sitting. I needed somebody like me to come keep it real with me. And this type of conversation he would have had. Hey, don't you know I know people right now who would hurt you? I'm talking about hurt you. Not for your clothes, not for your shoes, not for your jewelry, not for your car. They only want one thing. Your seat, your spot on this roster. That's all they want. A chance to go back to school. They would literally do some things that you wouldn't even imagine. Not to take anything from your home, just to have your spot on this roster. Because now they realize how important it is to have this. So make sure you take advantage of what you got, bro. Because I know people who will hurt you just to be sitting where you sitting. That's it. Just to come and go to class that you don't like to go to, they'll hurt you just to go to that class because now they understand the importance of why we come here. Time went on, I continued to get in trouble in school. I got kicked out of school, had to go to a reform school. This is what reform school back home. It was only 3 of us in the whole school. When I finished the math worksheet, a police officer checked my work. No teachers. No teachers. We don't have no teachers. All police officers. It was 3 of us in the whole school. When I finished the essay, I gave my essay to a police officer. This was the process you had to go through to get back in school. After I got back in school, guess what? First year, I continued to indulge in gang violence. Things like this happen. DJ, where you at? I'm at the house, Brody. All right, you going to the party, man? You know I'm going to the party. You know I ain't finna miss the party. All right, meet us at the store. All right, bet. I pull up at the store. I go in the store. I go buy me an all-white T-shirt, fresh out the pack, crisp, extra fresh. I got my all-white T-shirt on, snapback, jeans, J's. I'm clean. Ooh, wee. Guess what? Back home, we can't have parties on the street. We got to have them in the backyard. We are not allowed to have block parties. We are not allowed to have block parties. Every party got to be in the backyard. I get there. I go to the backyard. I find me a fence. See, what I want y'all to understand is when you indulge in gang violence, if I was still indulging in that type of activity, I would have gave my speech. I would have came and talked to y'all, and I would have stood right here the whole time. There's no way I would have been walking back and forth across that stage because, see, somebody can get behind me. Therefore, when I was living that life, I never let anybody get behind me because that's when somebody try to do something to you. So I always found the nearest wall and put my back on it because I got to see you coming. You're not finna come up behind me and shoot me in the back of my head. You're not finna come up behind me and hit me in the head with some brass knuckles. I got to look you in your eyes when you come for me. So I get to the party, I go find me a fence. I post up on a fence. Got my back on the fence. I'm chilling. Fix me a cup of Kool-Aid. You know. This dude come by, he dancing, he ain't paying attention to where he going. He ain't paying attention to what's going on. Now he done knocked my cup all over my fresh white. Now, what I should have did at this moment was take a deep breath. If I would have took a deep breath, the conversation that would have ran through my head would have went like this. DJ, bro, you just paid $5 for this shirt, bro. Come on now. If I would have took a deep breath, Conversation would have went through my head like this. DJ, bro, go find you a paper towel, wipe your shirt off. It's dark anyway. Can nobody even see your shirt? But because I didn't take a deep breath, I hit him. Wow. Now we fight. I wasn't there by myself. He wasn't there by himself. Guess what? Gunshots rang out. Once again, if this is the type of lifestyle you want to live, Big Bro ain't gonna tell you not to do it. Because couldn't nobody tell me what I could, what I should and shouldn't do. But what I am gonna tell you is be ready to accept what come with it. Now we fighting, gunshots rang out. We get to where we going, makes after the gunshots rang out, we get to where we going, we take ourselves a bullet hole. I don't know if you ever had to do that. I don't know if you know what that feel like to have to check yourself for a bullet hole. I don't know if you know what that feel like to have to check yourself for a stab wound. See, your body got a chemical in it called adrenaline. And when it releases that adrenaline, you could be stabbed, you could be shot, and you don't even know it. When I got shot, it wasn't until somebody said, boy, you dripping. Now I look down and see I've been dripping blood this whole way. But guess what? I never knew I was shot. That's what I mean by, I don't know if you know what that feel like to have to get back to where you're going and go look in the mirror and check yourself for bullet holes. My phone ring. DJ, what's up? You at the house? Yeah, I'm at the crib, bro. Hey, police everywhere, bro. Police everywhere. Don't go outside, man. You know I ain't finna go outside. I'm good, brody. I'm good. All right. About 15 minutes later, my phone ring again. DJ, what's up? Bro, you ain't gonna believe this, bro. You ain't gonna believe this. What? Bro, guess what? Guess what? What? He said a little girl got shot. I said, what? He said, when we got to shooting at the party, a little girl got hit with a stray bullet. Huh? Hardest thing I ever had to do in my lifetime, and I done some hard stuff. Hardest thing I ever had to do was go to this house, knock on the door, a lady come to the door, and my words to her was, I'm the reason your daughter wearing a bullet. See, my mind wouldn't let me sleep at night because she was innocent. That wasn't my first time being in a gun battle. I had done shot people and went to sleep the same hour. But because she was innocent, I couldn't sleep. This is what I mean by the choices we make not only affect us, they affect the people around you. No matter what situation you may find yourself in, make sure you think about what can happen here. Make sure you think about what it is that's really going on. Because all I had to do was take a deep breath. And I would have realized, hey, DJ, this ain't what it do. Hey, but just know once that bullet gone, once that knife gets stabbed, once that fight break out, it ain't no going back. Then you realize what you was fighting for in the first place really wasn't even all that serious. This is why I travel around the world sharing my story. This is why I'm in such high demand. Not because I come tell you what to do, but because I come keep it real. I come tell you some things that your teacher ain't gonna tell you. You ain't never had nobody come to your school like me. That's why I'm here. Just to share my story. When you leave out of here, take what you want to take. Leave what you want to leave. But all I want you to know is you can't lie on me. Don't go tell somebody I tried to tell you what to do because now you lying on me. Tell them Big Bro came, Big Bro kept it real, and that's all he did. So be ready if that's the type of lifestyle you want to live. Because there might be times where you got to go tell somebody, mama, you the reason their daughter not here no more. Time went on, I continued to get in trouble. Now I'm kicked out of school. This is what changed my life around. This is what made my story a success story. I met a teacher. Her name is Pete. On the first day of school, I sexually harassed my teacher. First day of school. Now, instead of her writing me up and kicking me out, she brought me in. Because she brought me in, me and her was connected. So then through our connection, I told myself, if I want to be successful, I know I got to take the first step, which is graduating high school. I never had that thought process before I met my teacher. If I want to be successful, I got to take the first step, which is graduating high school. And that's for everybody in this room. If you don't take that first step towards being successful, which is graduating high school, you just took a first step towards being homeless. If you don't take that first step, which is graduating high school, you just took a first step towards being a failure. If you don't take that first step, which is graduating high school, you just took a first step towards having to rob people to survive. Now you're having to sell drugs to survive. So now the story go like this. Oh, the only reason I was selling drugs is because I had to provide for my family. But guess what? You got caught with that crack now. You got caught with that crack now. What about your family now? What about when the judge, when you go stand in front of that judge and he hit that gavel and say you've been sentenced to 385 months? I remind you, it's only 12 in a year. What about your family now? Oh, you say, oh, I was robbing people so I could provide for my family. What about your family now? If I catch you in my house, I blow your brains out. What about your family now? We never think about these things like this. That's why I come and put it on your head. I wish I had a DJ to come tell me all these things like I'm telling you right now, because see, my mind frame would have been different. Immediately I would have said, okay, now I see what's going on. Now I see why I got to do what I'm supposed to do. Don't think you hurting your teacher because you being disrespectful to your teacher. Your teacher paycheck gonna be in that same spot every time it's supposed to be there. Don't think you hurting your teacher because you ain't do your homework. Your teacher paycheck gonna be in that same spot whether you do your homework or not. So it's only one person hurting from you not doing what you're supposed to do. That's you. I ain't had nobody come break it down to me like that. For some reason, I'm thinking, if I disrespect my teacher, oh, I'm making her mad. Oh, if I don't do my work, I'm making my teacher mad. In reality, stupid, you only hurting yourself. Your teacher already got her degree. You need yours. They had a basketball player. He was short, small. He used to go to the court and say, look, I got down. They used to take his ball and throw it over the fence. Ain't no down. You ain't finna play out here. He used to go get his ball, come back. By the time he get back, everybody finished with the game. He do him a couple layups. Middle school come. Coach, put me in, coach. Yeah, what coach told him, man, go sit on the bench. You too small. I'm not finna put you in on my court. You too small. High school come, he went to thinking, hey, if I want to be successful in this sport called basketball, I got to get myself together. I got to get right. I can't do nothing about my size. High school came, that same little bitty boy, he went to balling. He went to balling so good to the point where he tell himself, oh, I know I'm finna go D1. I know I'm finna go to a big boy school, Duke, North Carolina, UCLA. Ain't none of them schools called him. Not one. Not one school called him. He had to go to a little bitty school. He put that little bitty school on the map. It went from nobody knowing this little bitty school to everybody knowing this little bitty school. He did so good at the little bitty school to the point where he told him, I know I'm finna go to the NBA. Draft day came, his phone rung. Hello? Yes, sir. You have now been drafted to the NBA. The whole family threw a party. His first year, he got hurt. Everybody said the same thing. I told y'all he was too weak. I told y'all he was too small. Why y'all think we ain't give him a chance? Hey, if you don't know what these two words mean right here, when you leave out this building, make sure you go look them up. It's 2K19. There is no reason why you should have a question about what a word means. You got a dictionary in your pocket, and it talked to you. Ask Siri a question. There is no reason you should have any type of question about a word. Back in the day, when they heard a word they ain't know, they had to go find an encyclopedia. Back in the day, when they heard a word they ain't know, they had to go look it up in a dictionary. Not you. You can hit that side button and Siri say, how may I help you today? Hey, Siri, what does dedication mean? Siri gonna go look it up for you and then read it to you. So there is no reason why you should have a question about a word. He remained dedicated and determined. That same little boy that used to throw his ball over the fence, that same little boy that he used to say, Coach, put me in, Coach, put me in. And Coach told him, man, go sit down. That same little boy who wanted to go to a big school, but he had to go to a little bitty school. His name's Steph Curry. And the only reason we know Steph Curry is because he remained dedicated and determined. Steph Curry wanted to go to a school called Duke, Blue Devils. Duke ain't offer him a scholarship. He had to go to a school called Davidson. The only reason we know Steph is because he remained dedicated and determined. In life, it might not work out how you think it's going to work out. Make sure you keep pushing. If you stop, you don't never know how far you'll go. When I was your age, sitting right where you sitting, I could have never pictured I'd be able to travel around the whole world, get on a stage and talk to millions and millions of people. I could have never pictured when I was your age that I'd be able to go look at my bank account and be like, that's my bank account? I haven't stole $1 from nobody. Didn't nobody tell me I can go to college and major in something that I was good at. So now I'm telling you right now, when you think about college, if college ain't for you, hey, bet. I ain't tripping about that. I've learned now that college isn't for everybody. But it's one thing that is for everybody in this room, that's graduating high school. That's why I started off by saying, if your goal is not to graduate, don't come back here tomorrow, because see, we can use your spot to fill it with somebody who really trying to better themselves. We can use that spot. So if that ain't your goal, make today your last day of school. Go ahead and tell all your friends, I'm gone, I miss you, I hope you make it, but make today your last day, because we can use your spot. Because it's somebody who, once again, hurt you for your spot. Guess what? Just the other day, I had to go chance to travel to the alternative school, right? Not just here, I'm talking about everywhere. I'm talking about in Florida. I'm talking about in Texas. Even here, too. And I asked them, what is it that you want? That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. When I was in a juvenile detention center, I talked to people who was in shackles. Your age now. Your age. These boys 15. These boys 14. These boys 16 in shackles. That's what I mean by they'll do anything to be sitting where you sitting. So if you ain't serious about this opportunity you have right here, right now, make today your last day of school. Because we can use your spot, bro. It's people who begging to be in your spot, and you playing with it. They had a lady, she wanted to be famous. She went to a job interview. They told her, look, your name is a slave name. Your name is a slave name. If you want to be famous, if you want to be successful, then you need to change your name. She said, I shouldn't have to change my name because I want to be successful. They said, well, we can't help you then. She kept pushing. She gets to the next spot. She say, I want y'all to help me be successful. I want y'all to help me be famous. They say, look, if you want us to help you, you got to lose weight. She say, what? If I want to be successful, if I want to be famous, I got to lose weight? They said, well, we can't help you then. She went to the next spot. They told her, if you want us to help you, then you need to target one group of people. You don't need to target the whole world. Target one group of people. She said, I shouldn't have to target one group of people just because I want to be successful, just because I want to be famous. That woman is now known as one of the richest women on the planet. Her name is Oprah. See, sometimes we never know how far we can go because we meet a stumbling block and we stop. The next richest person in the world could be in this room right now, but you may never know if you get to a stumbling block and stop. The next Steph Curry can be in this room right now, but you may never know if you get to a stumbling block and stop. Only those who keep pushing make it to the next level. That's two stories right there of people who are world famous that we would never know or would never be world famous if they would have just simply stopped. The only reason they made it to the next level is because they kept pushing. Now, what's your story? What's your story? Would you get to your stumbling block and fail? That means you give up? Make sure you study for that test. Make sure you go ahead and knock out that little homework because you're not doing it for right now. You're doing it for in that future, who knows where your life may bring you. I just told you, when I was your age, I could have never pictured I would be on a stage in California speaking to all y'all. I could never picture I would be a world-renowned speaker. I could never picture I have touched millions and millions of people. But the only reason I have been able to do that is because I took that first step towards being successful, which was graduating high school. If I wouldn't have did that, I would have took that first step towards being a failure. And it's no doubt the life that I was living right now, I would be in jail or hell. So once again, when you leave here, don't lie on me. Don't go tell somebody, oh, he came and tried to tell us what to do. No, he didn't. I heard him. He came, he kept it real, he shared his story, and he let me take what I wanted to take with me. He let me leave what I wanted to leave. But just know, the conversation either going to go one or two ways. I remember Big Brett came to my school from Louisiana. He told me this was going to be like this. I'm happy I listened to him. Or, damn, I wish I would have listened to Big Bro. Now look at me. Exactly what he said happened. Exactly what he said. I want everybody in this room to be successful. If it was up to me, I'd tell y'all, meet me at a certain place, and I'd give all y'all a diploma. That's how bad I want you to be successful. But guess what? That ain't how life works. You got to earn it. Make sure your mind right. And this is how your mind get right. You already in the 10th grade. That means you got 2 more years. You've been running this marathon for almost 13 years, since kindergarten. You got 2 more years. Don't run a whole marathon, get to the finish line, and don't finish. That's stupid. You should have stopped going in 3rd grade. You should have stopped going in 4th grade. Now you all the way in 10th grade, you at the finish line. You got 2 more years. Make sure you do everything you can to finish out these 2 years and take your first step towards being successful. I can't do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. What I can do is come share my story, and hopefully that make you want to do it for yourself. Now, at this time, I always open up the audience to let anybody ask me any question before I tell my next story. Anything y'all want to ask me about me, anything y'all want to ask me about my home life, anything y'all want to ask me about my gang life, my jail life, any question you want to ask me, this is my classroom. You won't get any type of repercussions for anything. Any question you want to ask me, ask me. Raise your hand so I know you got a question. Yes, ma'am. Question was, did I go to college? Yes, ma'am. After I graduated high school, I went to college for 2 years and I majored in communication. See, let me tell you, sis, didn't nobody tell me I can go make a lot of money in the world by simply holding a mic and talking. You know what I'm saying? Didn't nobody tell me that. For some reason, I felt like I had to go to school for this so long time. After I had already put 13 years in school, K through 12. Now I got to go to school for another 8 years, 6 years, 4 years. That's not true. That's not true. You find you something you interested in and go to school for that. That's what you want to do, sis. That's why I'm able to stand on this stage right now and make good money. Good money. Didn't nobody tell me that. I felt like I had to go have a whole hard job somewhere. That's not true. You find you something you like to do, and that's where you put your effort to. All right? Question. I see you. Yes, ma'am. Hey, I want y'all to ask me now. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I want y'all to ask me. Don't wait till I leave and say, man, I should have asked Big Bro. No, you got the opportunity right now. Anything you want to ask Big Bro, ask me now. While they get it together, any more questions? Here we go. What was the class Miss P taught? Miss P taught public speaking or communication. Miss P knew I had a gift. I ain't know I had a gift. When I first entered Miss P class, she knew it. Boy, you special, boy. You can go talk to millions and millions of people. You don't even know it. Nobody had ever told me that. It was always, DJ, you bad. DJ, you bad. DJ, you bad. DJ, you expel. You expel. DJ, I'm writing you up. I'm writing you up. DJ, you going to jail. DJ, you going to jail. Didn't nobody ever tell me I had a gift. That's why I'm making my duty to travel around the world and let you know you got a gift. You just got to find it. It is now the second semester. I don't care if you've been getting in trouble all first semester. None of that matter to me. Guess what? No need for you to get in no more trouble this semester. Because now we know, I bet you proved the point. You proved your point. You got in trouble all first semester. Now we know you about that. You about that. All right. You got that. Now, why the heck would you get in trouble for 2 semesters in a row? That's stupid. Now, this last semester, you should go ahead and put forth all the effort to make yourself successful. You spent the first semester trying to make people think you was tough, trying to make people think you was hard, trying to make people think you was funny. All right, that's over with now. That's over with. Now they know who funny. Now they know who tough. Now they know who hard. All right. This semester, we don't got nothing to prove to nobody but ourselves. We don't got nothing to prove to nobody but ourselves. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to do this for myself because once again, on your death certificate, it got one name. On your birth certificate, it got one name. And on your diploma, it got one name. These people who sitting right next to you right now, don't listen to me when I say this now. These people who sitting right next to you right now, after you graduate high school, you ain't gonna know them. See, that's funny, huh? You look around like, huh? What? No. Me and him close. Me and her close. Yeah, I know. That's why I said. It's gonna cause a buzz because in your mind you thinking, how is that possible? How is that possible? How we ain't gonna know each other? Guess what? After you graduate high school, life takes us in different places. Ask any grown person you know. When you get back to your classroom, ask your teacher. Since you've been in high school and after y'all graduated, how many friends did you have in high school that you have now? And this do you a little experiment. You got multiple classes. Ask every teacher you go to today and keep you a tally. Numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Keep you a tally. Ask every one of your teachers, since you graduated high school, how many of your friends you went to high school with are you still friends with now? And I watch. Keep you a tally of how many of you, and I bet you be amazed. Then you will see, now I see what Big Bro was saying. Now I see what Big Bro means. These people y'all sitting right next to you right now, you ain't gonna know them. Questions? What's up with it, sis? I got both of y'all. What's up, sis? Question was how long I went to jail for. My first time going to jail was for B&E. Anybody know what B&E is? B&E? Here we go. Brody said it right here. Brody said it right here. Breaking and entering. Breaking and entering. I'm going in people's houses taking things that they don't work hard for. That's why, hey, I'm dead wrong for that. I'm dead wrong. That's why I'm not afraid to come back and share this with you. You got to hear this. You need to hear this. I wish somebody came. I needed to be sitting while you were sitting. When I was 15, man, I wish somebody came and kept it real with me like this. Because it would have opened up my mind in a different way. Ain't nobody came and told me like this. Yeah, y'all was telling me, but y'all ain't tell me like this. My first time being locked up, it was for B&E. I was going in people's houses that they done worked hard for. They done paid for this out their own pocket. They done went to work, worked hard, and now here come me off the streets coming taking what they done worked hard for. I'm wrong for that. And if you do that, you wrong for that too. Because eventually you're going to have your own house. You're going to work hard for your own things. And if somebody come take what you don't work hard for, then you'll feel that pain. Then you'll feel that pain. What's up, sis? That was your question? All right, two more questions. Two more questions. Two more questions. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Question is, how old am I? I'm 26 years old. 26 years old. I went to college at a school called Pearl River Community College. Back home, 2 years. Communications. Once again, did nobody tell me I can get a degree in something I like to do, which is stand on the stage and talk to millions and millions of people. It's motivational speakers out here in the audience right now. But didn't nobody tell you that you can do this, so that's why I'm here. I'm telling you right now, if you're the type of person who loves to get on the stage and share your story, we got a job for you, bro. And you can make good money. But you got to take that first step, which is graduating high school. Everybody in this room got a story. You don't get to get into the 10th grade without a story, but you don't have a success story yet. See, the only reason I get a chance to go around the world, only reason I made national news is because I have a success story. If I never would have graduated high school, I don't have a story. I'm just the old thug from the hood who dead now, or who never graduated high school, or who in jail for a very long time. You can't make a movie about that. You can't write a book about that. The reason they make a movie about my life is because it started off on this side, but it finished on this side. The reason they write a book about my life is because it started on this side, but it finished on this side. That same little boy who did all that dirt, who did all that mischief, who caused all that pain, now he go talk to thousands of students in a week. That's a movie. Last question. Oh, well, 3 hands. These 3, I'm going to take these last 3 right here. What's up, man? Here we go. What was my family reaction when they found out I was in the game? Hey, my family didn't know. Let me tell you why. When I walked through the door, and my grandma raised me. I don't know if I shared that with you earlier. My grandma raised me. When I walked through the door, I didn't wear that gang in front of my grandma. It's my grandma. I knew how to hide it from her. Now, when I go back out in them streets, that's when you get that other side of DJ. This is me being honest with you, sis. I don't come here to lie to anybody. That's why I don't want you to leave here and lie on me. Don't tell nobody I came to tell you what to do, because now you lying on me. That ain't what I do. I kept it real. So when I was around my grandma, I ain't wear that gang. It wasn't no need. My grandma here. When I walk back out that door to them streets, oh, it's up there. You see what I'm saying? That's why. Now, after the fact, they found out. After the fact, I put my grandma through a lot of pain because now I got to call her, Mom, come get me, Mom. I'm in jail. Oh, they told me you ain't got no bond. They got to hold you. Oh, well, Mom, come bring me some drawers. I don't got no drawers to put on. I just got on my jail jumper, no drawers. Mom, bring me some socks. I don't got no socks. I just got on county issue. I just got county issue slippers on, no socks. Don't put your parents through that. My grandma ain't deserve that. But yet that's what I put her through. Next question. Question was, what happened to my parents? Me and my daddy was raised at the same time. Me and my dad was raised at the same time. Like I said earlier, my daddy was younger. My daddy was young. My mama was young. Me and my daddy was raised by the same woman at the same time. Have anybody in this room had a chance to see their daddy get a whipping? I ain't talking about hear about it. I'm talking about actually watch their daddy get a whipping. I have. I watched my daddy get a whipping. Me and my daddy like brothers right now. He was young. We was being raised at the same exact time. Me and my daddy, to this day, I call him, what's up, bro? I call my grandma, Mama. This is my life story now. Last question. Did my family have any involvement in gangs? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Not my immediate family, though. Not my immediate family. Cousins. You see what I'm saying? Cousins, older uncles, not my dad. I ain't never heard my daddy ever saying nothing about it. Not, of course, not my grandma. My mama left. I ain't see her for a long time when I was little. It was just me, my grandma, and my daddy. When I got into them streets, that's when I was exposed to that gang life. That's when I start seeing how much pain it caused. That's why I want you to understand, Big Brother not gonna tell you what to do and what not to do, but just be ready to accept what come with it. It's real out there. All right, last thing. There was a bird landing in a tree. A strong wind came and blew that tree down. The bird flew away. That same bird landed in another tree. A flood came and washed that tree away. The bird flew away. That same bird landed in another tree. A fire came and burned that tree up. The bird flew away. Moral of the story? Moral of the story? A bird's faith is not within the tree he lands, but yet within his own wings. At any point in time in life, your tree may fall. But if your wings not strong enough, guess what you do with that tree? You fall with it. The most important thing you can do is strengthen your wings, because in life, you will land in multiple trees, but also those trees will fall. Only those with strong wings can make it to the next tree. Ask yourself, do I have weak or strong wings? And I can promise you the way you make your wings stronger is by taking that first step and walking across that stage and getting that diploma. That's a strong winged bird. Just know if your wings not strong, when that tree fall, you fall. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
Let's give another round of applause to DJ Batiste. I know you heard it. I hope you listened. We've got a little extra time right now. You can either head back to your class, or if you want to talk to DJ, asking questions one-on-one, you don't want to ask in front of everybody, feel free to come on up. There might be a long line for that, but we're going to go ahead and spend some time doing that now. So you're either dismissed or come talk to DJ. 8, 7, 6, 5. Almost threw me off right there. 4. Can we have those lights back on so people can sit down? Thank you. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Shh. Quickly come in and find a seat. If you're still filing in, raise your hand if there's a seat next to you, just so we can have people sit down as quickly as possible. Look for a raised hand. Thank you for the 4 of you that followed directions. You guys are awesome. I got 3 prime seats up here, best seats in the house. It's actually 7, front row. Staff, please encourage them just to find a seat. They might not be with their friends. They will survive. All right. Shh. We're going to get started. If you're still finding a seat, just do so quietly. I appreciate your courtesy. You can put your hands down. Thank you very much. All right. Well, welcome back. Happy New Year. Hope you had a fantastic break, a nice restful break, and ready to go with second semester. Right now, it is the 3rd day of school. You should all have straight A's, so good job. Keep that up. Proud of you. Today, you have a speaker. I guarantee it's not like any other speaker you've ever heard in school. Probably never will hear another speaker like this. I know you're going to hear him with your ears today. I hope you take something to hear him with your heart. And with that, I'd like to introduce all the way from Louisiana, DJ Batiste.
Hey, one time. I'm gonna start off right here before I get up and share my story and move around and do all that. I'm gonna start off sitting down just like y'all sitting down because I want to have a serious conversation with you before I even begin. First thing first, coach just told me this is, I said, who is this, coach? What group of students is this? He told me this 11th grade. I bet. Hey, this is what I want to tell y'all right now. Please don't run a marathon, get all the way to the finish line, and not finish. You've been going to school for 13 years, 12 years. You in the 11th grade. That means you got 1 more year to go. As of right now, starting right now, you should no longer be thinking as a junior. You don't have to wait till next August, next September to already be thinking as a senior. Right now, when you leave out this auditorium, your mind frame should already be senior made. If you still thinking like a junior, you behind, bro. You behind. So right now, I just want y'all to understand when you leave up out of here, no longer think as a junior. You should already be thinking senior. Everybody in this room should have the same goal. If this is not your goal, please don't come back here tomorrow. If your goal is not graduating high school, make sure today your last day of school, bro. This when they say, hold on, DJ, hold on, DJ. You can't tell them that. You can't tell them that. Yes, I can, and I am. Let me tell you why. It's people who want your spot right now. They'll give anything to come be sitting right where you sitting. They don't want your jewelry. They don't want your clothes. They don't want your cars. They don't want your house. They don't want nothing you got. Only thing they want is your spot on this roster. Because now they understand the importance of education. So if you ain't serious about it, hey, make today your last day so we can use your spot, bro. Because like I said, I know people who are willing to hurt you just to be sitting where you sitting. That's all they want. They don't want nothing else you got but your spot on this roster. Make sure you're taking advantage of your education. When I was sitting where you were sitting, I ain't have nobody come break it down to me like that. They used to just tell me, DJ, school important. That ain't enough. That ain't enough. I wish I had somebody to come keep it real with me and break it down to simplest form, just like that right there. Graduating high school is your first step towards success. Not graduating high school is your first step towards failure. Anything I tell you today, don't leave here and lie on me. I don't like to be lied on. Don't leave here and say, man, that dude came and tried to tell me what to do. No, he didn't. I heard him. He came. He kept it real. He shared his story. And hopefully you take something. But if you don't, the conversation only going to go two ways. One way going to be like, man, I remember Big Bro came to my school all the way from Louisiana. And he kept it real. I'm so happy I listened to Big Bro. Or the other way going to be like, dang, I remember Bro came to my school. Exactly what he said was going to happen, happened. I should have listened to him. The choice is yours. You choose how you want the outcome to be. But it's only going to go one of those two ways. Don't leave here and lie on me and tell somebody I told you what you should and what you shouldn't do, because that ain't even me. I'm going to give it to you, plain and simple, real talk. Take what you want to take, leave what you want to leave. But just know the conversation is going to be either or. A little bit about myself. My name is DJ Baptiste. When I was born, my mother was 14, my daddy was 15. They was young. Couldn't make too many decisions. My grandmother raised me. My first time being expelled from school, I was 4 years old. 4 years old. I began to indulge in gang violence at a very young age. A gang will take you on 3 trips. Once again, you won't hear me say, hey, nobody in this room better not be in no gang. You won't hear me say those words. That's not me. What I'm going to give you is the real. A gang will take you on 3 trips. Trip number 1, jail. Trip number 2, hospital. Trip number 3, cemetery. If not fast, slow. If not now, later. Just know when you check into the hospital, your discharge sheet gonna say one name. It ain't gonna say your gang name. Just know when you go to jail and you get booked in jail, your booking sheet ain't gonna say your gang name. It's gonna say one name. Just know your birth and your death certificate. It got one name. There is nothing positive that comes from being in the game. I spent a lot of my years in it, and I can't tell you one thing that came positive. Nothing but negative. If that's the life you want to live, bet. Big Bro ain't tripping. But just remember, you're going to say, Big Bro told me exactly what happened. As time went on, I continued to get in trouble in school. Because of gang violence, this is the type of things that happened to me. I had a homeboy named Tevin. He was at home asleep in his bed, dreaming, snoring, slobbing. His phone rang. Hey, Tevin, where you at? When I'm in the bed, sleep. Hey, we at the park. It's some business to handle. That's what I mean by when you begin to indulge in gang violence, you no longer live for yourself. You live for that gang. He was in the safety of his home in his bed, sleep. Now he got to get up because his phone rang. He gets to the park, it's an altercation going on. Gunshots rang out. Tevin never make it back home. He's still at that park right now. He got shot 12 times. I remind you, he was just at home, sleep. If that's the type of lifestyle you want to live, bet. I promise you I ain't tripping. All I want to do is tell you to be ready and accept what come with it. Time went on, I continued to get in trouble in school. I was kicked out of school for gang violence. I had to go to a new school. When I got to my new school, they hadn't had a fight in the whole year. I changed all that. Time went on, I was kicked out of alternative school. I had to go to what they call a reform school. A reform school, a police officer checking my work every day. No teachers here. It was only 3 of us in the whole school. No teachers. When I finished the math worksheet, a police officer checked my work. When I wrote an essay, a police officer read my essay. Being involved in it, having that gang life mind mentality, things like this happen. DJ, what's up with it? You going to the party? Man, yeah, I'm going to the party. You know I'm going to the party. All right, bet. Where y'all at? We at the store. All right, I'm going to be up there. All right. I go to the store, go in there and buy me an all-white t-shirt, fresh out the pack, crispy clean. I got on snapback, all-white t-shirt, jeans, J's. Ooh, I'm dead fresh. Back home, we can't have a party on the street. There's no such thing as a block party. All parties got to be held in the backyard. If I was still indulging in gang violence, there's no way I would be walking on this stage like I'm walking on this stage right now. I would be right here on this curtain, and I would give this whole conversation I'm giving you right now from this curtain because I don't want nobody to get behind me and shoot me in the back of my head. If I was still indulging in gang violence, I would give my whole conversation I'm giving you right now from this curtain because I don't want nobody getting behind me and hit me in the back of my head with brass knuckles. If that's the type of life you want to live, all right, do your thing. Just be ready to accept what comes with it. I get to the party, I go find a fence to stand on, just like this right here. I find me a fence. I go fix me a cup of Kool-Aid. This dude come by dancing. He ain't paying attention to what's going on. He ain't looking in front of him. He just dancing, waving his arms. He done knocked my cup over my fresh white shirt. At this point in time right here, what I should have did was taking a deep breath. If I would have took a deep breath, my thought process would have been like this. DJ, you just paid $5 for this shirt, bro. That's it. $5. If I would have taken a deep breath, my thought process would have been like this. DJ, go find you a paper towel, wipe your shirt off. It's dark. Can't nobody even see your shirt, bro. But because I didn't take a deep breath and I reacted, I got physical. I punched him. I wasn't there by myself. He wasn't there by himself. Now it's an altercation. Gunshots rang out. Everybody get to where they're going. They check themselves for bullet wounds. I don't know if you ever know what that feel like. To get to where you're going and then have to check yourself to see if you've been shot. See, your body releases a chemical called adrenaline. You can be stabbed and not even know you stabbed. When I got shot in my hand, I didn't even know I was shot. It wasn't until somebody said, DJ, you dripping. Now I look down, I realize that I done got a trail of blood following me everywhere. Look at my hand, I've been shot in my hand. That's what I mean. I don't know if you know what that feel like to have to go stand in the mirror and check your body for bullet holes, for stab wounds. My phone ring. DJ, where you at? I'm at the house, brother. What's up? Hey, don't go outside, bro. Police everywhere. Man, you know I already know that. I ain't finna go out there. All right, bet. I'll be calling to let you know. All right. About 10 minutes later, my phone ring again. DJ, what up? Bro, you ain't gonna believe this, bro. You ain't gonna believe this. What? Bro, guess what? Bro, guess what? What, boy? What? He said, a little girl got shot. I said, huh? He said, when we got to shooting at the party, a stray bullet hit a little girl. This is what I mean by the decisions we make not only affect us, they affect the people around us. Hardest thing I ever had to do was go knock on that door and tell this mama that I'm the reason her daughter wearing a bullet. It wouldn't let me sleep at night with me knowing I was the reason for that. Over a $5 t-shirt. Time went on, I continued to indulge in gang violence. If I go back there right now, this is what I mean by it's some people uncles who never wake up again. Some people brothers who won't wake up again. Some people cousins who won't wake up again. People don't forget that. People don't forget that. Sometimes students ask me, they say, why don't you indulge in gang violence right now? It's because I feel like this is way more important to me. Me traveling around the world, sharing my story with millions and millions of people is way more important to me because now if one person leave out this room and make a decision, ain't no need for me to join no gang. Job well done. This is the only reason I don't even look back that way. I don't indulge in that way because, see, you don't even know me, but guess what? I'm your voice. Not only do I speak to students, I speak to teachers about the importance of building a relationship with students. This is why. After I left reform school, I went back to regular school and I met a teacher. Her name, Miss P. Her real name is Porter, but I call her Miss P. First day of school, I sexually aroused her. First day of school. Instead of her writing me up and kicking me out, she brought me in. She connected with me. She wasn't concerned about my grades. She wasn't concerned about how much trouble I had been in. She wasn't concerned about all the people I had hurt. First day of school, she told me I had a gift. She saw something that I didn't even see in myself. See, in life, you will reach stumbling blocks. You will fall in holes. Only those who keep pushing do we remember. The only reason I'm able to stand on this stage right now in front of you, way from Louisiana, miles and miles away from home, is because I took the first step towards being successful, which is graduation. See, without graduation, I don't even have a story. Not a successful one. The only reason I got national attention, national news, is because I have a success story now. Don't nobody want to hear nothing about somebody who been gang banging all their life. They was born in it. They died in it. You can't make no movie about that. Oh, but you can make a movie about somebody who started on this side and finished on this side. And my first step towards success was graduating high school. I want everybody in this room to have that first step. Because if you don't take that first step towards success by graduating high school, if you don't graduate high school, you just took your first step towards being a failure. If you don't graduate high school, you just took your first step towards being homeless. If you don't graduate high school, you just took your first step to having to rob people in order for you to eat. If you don't graduate high school, you just took that first step to having to sell drugs in order for you to feed your family. Now, since you forced to sell drugs, you get caught with crack. That judge hit the gavel and say you sentenced to 384 months. I remind you, it's only 12 in a year. What about your family now? You go try to take something out somebody's house, they catch you in their house, they kill you. What about your family now? Why would you even go through all that when you can take the first step towards being successful, which is graduation? That's why you're here. That's why I told you, if your goal is not graduating high school, make today your last day. We can use your spot. They had a little dude who played basketball. He was short. He used to go to the court. He used to be like, I got down, I got down, I got down. They'll take his ball and throw it as far as they could and say, ain't no down. He ain't playing out here. Middle school came. He said, Coach, put me in, Coach. Put me in, Coach. Coach told him, man, what's on the bench? He ain't finna play here. High school came. He told himself, look, if I want to be successful in this game called basketball, I got to learn some more techniques. I can't do nothing about my size. I am what I am. But I got to work hard. He started working hard. He did so good in high school to the point where he thought to himself, I know I'm finna get a D1 scholarship. I'm talking about big boy scholarship like Duke, North Carolina, Syracuse, UCLA. Big boy scholarship. Guess what? Ain't none of them schools called him. He had to go to a little bitty school. That little bitty school, he put him on the map. It went from nobody knowing this little bitty school to everybody knowing this little bitty school. He did so good in college to the point where he say, I know I'm finna go to the NBA. I know I'm finna go to the NBA. Draft day come. Phone ring. Hello? Yes, sir. You have been drafted to the NBA. The whole family threw a party. Get what he say? I told y'all. I told y'all I was going to make it. I told you. First year in the NBA, he got hurt. Guess what everybody say? No, we told you. You was too small. You was too scrawny. Now look at you. Now you hurt. You ain't making it in the NBA 1 year. Now you hurt. Hey, if you don't know what these two words right here mean, there is no reason why you shouldn't when you leave here. Because see, back in the day, when they ain't know a word, they had to go find an encyclopedia. Back in the day, when they ain't know a word, they had to look it up in a dictionary. Us, 2K19, it's in our pocket. Not only is it in our pocket, if you ask Siri what it means, she'll go look it up for you and then read it to you. There is no reason why you should know what a word means in 2K19. If you don't know what these two words mean, make sure you ask Siri when you leave here. Dedication, determination. I don't want you to have your own thought of what you think it means. I really want you to know what those two words mean. Dedication, determination. That little boy, after that injury, he kept working. He was determined. He was dedicated. That same little boy that used to throw his ball over the fence and tell him, you ain't playing out here. That same little boy who said, Coach, put me in, Coach. Coach told him to sit down. That same little boy who wanted to go to a big school, but he had to go to a little bitty school. Yep, you know him. His name's Steph Curry. Multi-NBA champion. The only reason he's Steph Curry that you know is because he kept pushing. Steph Curry wanted to go to a school called Duke Blue Devils. Duke Blue Devils ain't offering him a scholarship. He had to go to a little bitty school called Davidson. Had nobody knew what Davidson was, and guess what? Haven't heard anything from Davidson since. But while Steph was there, Davidson was in the Final Four. See, this could be your story right here. You might have a certain school you want to go to. That school might not offer you a scholarship. That don't mean you stop chasing your dream, because now you have not reached your full potential. You don't know what you was going to be. In life, you reach stumbling blocks. We only remember those who keep pushing. The only reason we know Steph's name, I just told you. Steph could have did this. So y'all mean to tell me Duke ain't offer me a scholarship? Nah, bro. Duke ain't offer you no scholarship. Well, I'm done with basketball then. I don't want to play ball no more then. Now look at all the people who Steph never would have connected with. He never would have been an NBA champion. He never would have been an influence on the game, how he has influenced the game. We all know how he has with that three-point shot. None of that would ever happen if he would have said, you know what, since I can't go where I want to go, I'm done. Make sure if you ever reach a stumbling block in your life, you keep pushing, because then you still have a chance to reach your full potential. Another story it reminded me of, it was a lady, she wanted to be famous. She went to a group of people. She was like, look, I want y'all to help me be successful. She say, look, if you want us to help you, you got to change your name. Your name is a slave name. She say, for me to be successful, I got to change my name? They said, yeah. She said, I'm not changing my name. They said, well, we can't help you then. She kept moving forward. She went to the next group. They told her, look, if you want us to help you, you got to lose some weight. She said, I got to lose weight to be successful? If you want us to help you, you do. She said, I'm not losing weight just to be successful. They said, well, we can't help you then. She kept moving forward. She gets to the next group. She said, look, I want y'all to help me be successful. They told her, look, you should only target a certain group of people. You shouldn't target the world. She said, I don't have to limit myself to who I talk to. I should be able to talk to the whole world. That woman is now known as one of the richest women on the planet. Her name is Oprah. That's what I mean by, in life, if you reach a stumbling block and you stop, you don't know what you could have been. You don't know what you could have been. Make sure you have the mind frame of, I will keep pushing. I will remain dedicated and determined. Because if you don't, you never know what you could be. Look at all those stumbling blocks, those two stories. People in those two stories felt. They met, but they kept pushing. Now, what's your story? Would you reach a stumbling block and stop? We'll never know your name. You will never get a chance to reach your full potential. Remember what I said, that your first step towards being successful is walking across that stage. And if that's not your goal, make sure today is your last day of high school. Stop wasting your time and everybody else's time, because we can use your spot. Always remember those two stories right there. That's two of my favorite stories to tell, especially when I speak to my young brothers and my young sisters, because, see, didn't nobody come tell me that. I wish I had a DJ to come talk to me when I was sitting where you were sitting, because, see, my mind would have worked differently. Like Coach said, you ain't never had a speaker come to your school like me. I'm one of one. I'm one of one. And the only reason I'm one of one is because I do one thing and one thing only. I don't come tell you what to do. I don't come say what you better do. I don't come try to make you do. I come share my story. I come keep it real. What you take with you, you take. What you leave, you leave. But just remember, when you leave here, don't lie on me. Say, Big Bro kept it real. That's all he did. They got a mic. Coach got that mic out there, Coach. Hey, at this time right now, before I start sharing any more of my story, I want y'all to ask me some questions. Any questions y'all want to ask me about anything? Hey, this is my classroom now, so everything goes. Grown people, stay at your own risk. Stay at your own risk. Anything y'all want to ask me about anything, this is why I come, this is why I do it. Ain't no need for me to leave and I don't get an opportunity to answer questions that you might ask if you're going through something. I see you, bro. Let me finish putting parameters on it. If you're going through something, if you know somebody being bullied, you want me to holler at the bully? I got that. I got that. If you know anything that you want, ask me. Ask me. All right, here we go. First thing first, but we got to listen. We got to listen. First thing first. What's up with it, little bro?
What started getting you into gangs? Like,
I say it one more time.
What started getting you into gangs?
What started getting me into gangs? All right, bro. I'm gonna be honest. For some reason, this is what I thought success looked like. Hey, y'all get y'all question ready now. This is how we learn. From this one question, watch how much y'all learn from this. This is what I thought success looked like. When I was coming up, this is what success looked like to me. A tight car with rims on it. A dude who got all type of drugs in his pocket, got a whole big knot of money, beautiful woman on his side. See what I'm saying? That's what I thought success was to me. Somebody who sold drugs, somebody who gangbanged. See what I'm saying? But see, I just want you to know, if you know anybody who sold drugs or who sells drugs, guess what? It's temporary. When I was younger, I ain't think that. That's why I'm trying to get y'all to understand. You say, oh, I know somebody who sells drugs. They make fast money. Yeah, you right. Big bro ain't gonna lie to you. You right. When you sell drugs, it's fast money. Yup. But guess what else? That time come fast too. I just told you. Yeah, it's fast money. But when you hear that judge hit that gavel and say, you've been sentenced to 385 months, it's only 12 months in a year. Now you're going to see what I mean by that fast money ain't worth it. So what I did was, I saw it going on outside of me, bro, and I wanted to be a part of it, but I ain't have nobody come tell me that it wasn't nothing positive that come with it. Let me explain to you. This is what I needed somebody to tell me when I was younger. Straight and simple like this. Bro, why would you want to be in the game, bro? There is nothing positive that comes from a game. Can you go to the bank and be like, look, I'm a blood. Oh, you a blood? Oh, you get an extra $3,000. No. Can you go to In-N-Out Burger and say, hey, let me get a 3x3? And by the way, I'm a Crip. Are you a Crip? Or you a 3x3 for free? No. Or can you come to school and be like, oh, look, I'm a blood. Oh, you a blood? Oh, you get a free diploma. You don't even got to do no homework. You don't got to do no classwork or nothing. Free diploma. No. Oh, I want to buy a house. Oh, I got a house for you. 2-story, big house, big pool. Yeah. How much money you got? I don't got no money to pay for it, but I'm a Crip. Oh, you a Crip? Oh, the house free. That ain't how that works. I needed somebody to come tell me just like that. There is not one positive thing you can give me that come from a game. I put too many years in it to know. Every experience I ever had was negative. Not one positive thing can I tell you. I watched the closest people to me leave. That's why I needed somebody to come tell me when I was sitting where you were sitting. Not just don't be in the game. That ain't enough. I needed somebody to come tell me, DJ, there is not one positive thing that comes from it. Now I see. That makes sense to me. Next question. What's up with it, little bro? What was my childhood like? Look, I was raised by my grandma. My grandma was the best grandma in the world. That's how I feel. She did everything she could, but now when I was in them streets, I was in them streets. I'm just being honest. Me and my teacher had a conversation one time, and she told me, I said, Miss P, what was your summers like, Miss P? Show you how we was brought up in two different places. I said, what was your summers like, Miss P? She said, my summers was filled with joy and laughter. We would go outside in the yard and play. She said, I would run a award ceremony and I would give myself the award. She said, ice cream truck, even if we wasn't outside, the ice cream truck would still stop in front of our house because they knew my daddy would come buy some ice cream if he heard us. I'm like, dang. That's what's up, Miss P. My summers? Nah. We couldn't go outside like that. Matter of fact, we couldn't even sit on the couch because we didn't want our heads to be at window level, afraid a stray bullet gonna come through the window and hit us in our head. So we watched TV from the floor. That ice cream truck you hear in your hood, in my hood, that's the ambulance. But what I'm saying is the reason I answer that question like that, little bro, is because just because you come from there, that don't mean you have to let that define you. You got to want better for yourself, and you got to go get better. And the way you get better is by taking the first step in graduating high school. You are already over halfway there. You will be foolish not to finish. All right? Question. What's up with it, bro? I see you too. I see you too, Whoa. I see you. See, you were finna talk noise. I caught you. I see you. Oh, yeah. I'll be in jail of hell, Whoa. I'll be in jail of hell. Ain't no way around it. If I had met Miss P, somebody was going to kill me. I was going to kill somebody, and I was going to get caught for killing somebody and go to jail for a long time. I'm just being honest. It ain't no way around. I was that involved in drugs, gangs, and guns. I was that involved. If I hadn't met Miss P and I saw this positive side, there's no doubt I'd be in jail of hell. I was on national news, 17 million viewers. Before they send national news to you, they're gonna check your background to make sure you is what you say you are. We're being honest. They ain't just gonna send somebody all the way to put you on national news for a fake story. They gotta check this background out. 17 million viewers saw me on national news, and they asked me, where would I be without Miss P? And I told 17 million people all at the same time, in jail or hell. That's how much of a difference Miss P made for me. That's why I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Since I took that first step towards being successful, my life has not been the same. If I would have took that first step towards failure, which was not graduating high school, I probably wouldn't even have a life right now. I'd be on a t-shirt. What's up with it, bro? Question is, how did the bullet damage my hand? How does a bullet damage your hand? I mean, I got to wear this scarf for the rest of my life. That's the only way I can think about it. I got to wear this scarf for the rest of my life. When it get cold, it hurt. When it rains, it hurt. My hand look deformed. That's from a bullet. That's what I mean by, if that's what you want to experience, that's the type of life you want, all right, just be ready to accept what come with it. 3 more questions. What's up with it, little bro? Nah. See, I was the cause of it. Over a $5 shirt, but I don't stay in that area no more. One thing about it, I ain't gonna come here and tell you no lies about nothing. That ain't why I'm here. I'm gonna keep it real with you about everything. I don't stay in that area no more. But I know I'm wrong. And that's just one story that I shared. I caused a lot of people pain, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, including my own grandma. For me to have to call her and say, "Ma, I don't got no drawers, ma. I don't got no drawers. I'm in jail. They got me in a jumpsuit, no drawers. You'll bring me some drawers? Ma, I don't got no socks, ma. I got on county issue slippers, no socks, ma. You'll bring me some socks, ma?" You know how much pain that feel like? See, only now do I truly understand how much pain I put my grandma through right there. Now she got to get out her bed and come bring me some drawers because I ain't got no drawers in jail. I don't want y'all to put y'all parents through that. For what? Make yours proud. You know how proud my grandma is of me now, bro? Sometimes me and my grandma could be talking about what I'm doing, or when I leave here, she always call me every time I get finished. She's gonna ask me, DJ, how they went? I'm gonna say, Ma, you know your son, Ma. You know me, I got up there and did my thing. She'll start crying. Let me tell you why. Even in her mind, she thought I'd be dead by now. Now her grandson is nationally known. Her grandson talks to millions and millions of people. When I was your age, I couldn't have pictured this what I would be doing. So just because you don't know your purpose now, don't mean you don't have one. It's famous people in this room right now. But I hate to say it, there's also some people who was going to be famous, but they met a stumbling block and stopped. They in this room too. You ain't never get to reach your full potential. You don't know what you was going to be because you met a stumbling block and stopped. They in here too. They in here. I can't tell you who. I don't know who, but they in here. Last question. Last question. What's up with it, Walt? Question was, what was my plan after high school? After high school, bro, I went to a little community college. And see, didn't nobody tell me that I can go major in something I love to do, which is what I'm doing right now. Stand on the stage. Talk to millions and millions of people. Didn't nobody tell me I can go get a degree in doing that. I got a degree in communication. So now I'm telling everybody in this room who felt like they had to go to school for a very long time to get them a degree to be successful. No, you don't. And you can go to school to get you a degree in something that you like to do. Nobody ever told me that. That's why I'm telling you right now. After high school, college is not for everybody. I'm just going to be honest. Anything I tell you is real. If your mind is not really into it, you're going to waste a lot of money and a lot of time. You could be putting that time towards something else, trying to get you a trade, trying to get you a career. It's one thing that's for everybody in this room, though. Graduation. I said that at least 10 times since we've been talking. I hope you heard me once. Graduation is the first step towards a successful life. Ask anybody who's been successful. All right, here we go. There was this bird landing in a tree. Wind blew, knocked the tree down. Bird flew away. That same bird left that tree, flew to another tree. A flood came, washed that tree down. Bird flew away. That same bird landed in another tree. A fire came, burned that tree up. And the bird flew away. Moral of the story? Moral of the story is a bird's faith is not within the tree he lands, but yet within his own wings. Now, you do know what happened to those birds with weak wings, huh? They go down with that tree. In life, you might land in a tree that don't last long. But if your wings strong enough, you good. But if your wings weak, you go down with that tree. The first step to creating strong wings is graduation. Without those strong wings, when that tree falls, you fall. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, DJ. Hey, third period's almost over. You can stay in here till the bell rings, and then you go to break. DJ's up here. If you want to ask him questions, just be polite, respectful up here. Gather around, and he'll answer any question you ask, guaranteed. So thank you, guys.